Hey, how's it going? So I'm wearing some T-Fen sunglasses because I wanted to show them off. Well, I guess you could see the logo on this side.
What's up? What's
Hey,
up? Let me change my
hey, how's it going? I was,
Good,
I
how
was,
are you?
I'm good. I'm showing off some T-Fen sunglasses because did
Where did
you
you get
know
those at?
we have swag because people who come to our events, people who volunteer for us, you get exclusive Texas Equal Access Fund swag like these glasses. And
Ooh.
plus, you get to support us by increasing our visibility and also busting stigma too. I mean, they're a great conversation piece.
They are. I mean, I asked you about them, so that started a
Yeah.
conversation.
Um,
But those are free swag,
these
right?
are free swag, and I'll send you some.
I was just gonna say, I feel like
Just remind me. But I got you.
Yes,
How
pick me up.
how have you been since the last time you joined us for Abobo Chat?
Let me see. Okay, I'm officially on spring break as of now. Woo woo woo.
How
Um,
exciting!
Now, the problem with being a law student on spring break is that I have like school stuff still to do. I've got outlining. I've got a paper due maybe like a week or so. No, 2 weeks after we get back. So I still have some stuff to do on that. Yeah, so I'm on spring break, but I'm still going to be doing school stuff. So yeah, so that's good, but it is nice to not have to like go to class and stuff. I'm trying to think. We got for T-Fun, we got the case that ruled in our
Yes,
favor.
yes. We're on here. I don't know if you know, but a couple weeks ago, I guess,
It was
or a week
it was
ago.
last Friday. It
It
was
was
last
last
Friday.
Friday. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Barely last Friday, not even a week, 6 days ago. Judge Robert Pittman, who is a federal judge, yeah, he's a federal district judge. He rules that Texas DAs cannot go after abortion funds who are helping people access abortion care by helping them pay for their care, like for abortions, even if they're out of state. The judge ruled that like they can't tell people what to do in other states. Like they don't run the law in like New Mexico or wherever. And so that means that like they can't come after abortion funds. And so what this means is that we have some padding, I guess, a little bit of extra security, um, you know, with us being able to maybe slowly open and like, start help funding again. But we like literally it just happened 6 days ago, and we are just in like the planning stages of figuring out how we're gonna like launch
Move.
and relaunch everything and move and
Yeah.
stuff. Because yeah, but
So stay tuned.
stay tuned. But please know that this is really exciting because this means that like we actually have opportunity to start funding abortions again.
Yes.
Which, oh my God. So yeah, so that is some good news that happened. And so we are just celebrating that win because we are also waiting for, I think, like a ruling on a case that would affect whether or not mifepristone, which is one of the drugs that is
Yes.
used for medication
I
abortion.
think that would have come by now.
Yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't, but I think there was something about how I think like the manufacturer of Mifeprex, like the actual name brand, like got involved now. So I think that was
Hopefully
the delay.
hopefully that'll result in something in our favor then.
Hopefully, because I think like the judge put it on pause to give them a chance to get all their ducks in a row so that they can join in, so that they can write their briefs and I don't, the legal jargon, but but yeah, so like I think like we'll see how it goes. Wouldn't it be hilarious if Big Pharma saved abortion? Why
No, I mean they owe us. I mean,
right?
they
They
owe
do.
everyone
They
for
owe
so
us.
much.
They owe us.
They owe everyone for so much.
I mean, you might as well use that power for good, at least
Instead of evil.
sometimes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. No, I'm entirely in agreement.
All right. So before we get started on our Abobo Chat posts today, I just want everybody to know that, like, if you're not familiar with what Reddit is, it's like a website where people can post, ask questions in these different types of forums, and ask for advice. And so I have gone through all of Reddit to bring you. Well, actually, for this one, I got a lot of the posts from the Just Know Mother-in-Law subreddit. So, you know, I think like that's going to be interesting. But yeah, so I'm reading these posts. These posts are written by people who may not be as involved or as conscious as we need them to be when it comes to talking about abortion. So we'll try to, you know, edit as I can, but please know that like this is somebody who is not familiar with repro. That does not mean we endorse how they talk about abortion or whatever.
Yeah.
But we are reading it because it is good, juicy gossip. And we will correct it if there's something wrong. I'm like, okay, so now that all of my disclaimers are out there, let's start with our first one. Considering an abortion because I can't stand my mother-in-law. Backstory not told chronologically. When my husband and I started dating, me and mother-in-law got along just fine. But then I got pregnant May 2019. This is mother-in-law's first grandkid, and she has been wanting grandkids for a long time. Right away, she began overstepping boundaries. She began telling people we were expecting, even though we told her not to say anything until we were ready. She said she was going to buy her own crib, stroller, car seat, etc. For when the baby slept with her. But I stepped in and said that wouldn't be necessary because I'm the mom and not her. Husband and father-in-law told her she was overstepping, so she backed off. She, of course, continued to make unnecessary comments throughout my pregnancy. For example, I hope you're not drinking coffee, you shouldn't be wearing heels, and acting inappropriately, like lifting my dress so she can kiss my belly, sticking her finger in my belly button.
Absolutely. Immediately no. Immediately no.
She even tried organizing her own baby shower and welcome home party so she could invite her friends because they were just so excited for her to become a grandmom. She even tried being in our maternity photos. Thankfully, husband took care of all of this and she didn't go through with any of it. When it was finally time to give birth, our entire families were at the hospital, but I only wanted my sister, my mom, and my husband in the delivery room when it came time to push. We were only allowed to
Wait,
have
is this for
3
their
people in the
first
room.
kid?
Their first
Is
kid.
this for their first kid?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
We were only allowed to have 3 people in the room, and even if we could have more, I knew I didn't want mother-in-law in the room because of the way she behaved throughout my pregnancy, and because I just didn't feel comfortable being exposed in front of her like that. That was the first time my mom even saw me naked. So I'm in the middle of pushing my little one out when I turn around and I see mother-in-law hiding behind the curtain. What? I am livid at this point, and I tell my husband to kick her out, but my mom makes me play nice, and they eventually let her in the room. I would have called security.
Yeah, no.
Right?
No.
ACAB, but call the police on this woman. Escort her out. Violation of my privacy and boundaries, and the last straw in me putting up with my mother-in-law. I let my husband know how upset I was over this. He talked to her and let her know how it made me feel. Her response was, I've seen plenty of naked women before. It's not a big deal.
I don't
Some
care.
apology. Things only got worse from here. So since the little one was born, she's been repeatedly insinuating that he's being abused. She'll ask questions like, why does he have a bruise when he doesn't have a thing on him? When he was a newborn, he was colicky and crying, and she told my husband to check if he had any broken bones. On a different occasion, my husband showed her a video of me carrying our little one, and he starts crying. Later, she asked me, why is the baby crying in the video? I said, I'm not sure. He's only 4 weeks, so he does that a lot. And she responds, are you sure you didn't pinch him? These are only a few examples of all of this BS. I had gotten to the point where I get anxiety and heart palpitations whenever I see her, and even when my husband sends pictures of our little one to her or FaceTimes her. I started seeing a therapist a few weeks ago to help me cope. Oh my God. At this point, I'm not playing nice and I'm not pretending to like her. It's very clear to everyone that I don't like her, and I do not let her hold my little one for longer than a few minutes because I'm afraid she's checking him for bruises whenever she holds him. Anyway, one time she went crying to my husband saying she doesn't like me and she's taking my baby away from me. She even called my mom to complain about me. After this outburst, mine and my husband's relationship really began to suffer. Before, my husband would stand up for me and be on my side. After she went crying to him, it feels like he's always on her side. We fight constantly and repeatedly about my mother-in-law not having enough baby time. All she wants is to spend time with her grandson. We visit mother-in-law and father-in-law every weekend, by the way. So where are we now? Fast forward a few months and it turns out I'm 6 weeks pregnant. We're both considering an abortion because of the intensity of the issues between us due to my mother-in-law. We fight over her at least once a week, but it's mainly because I don't like her, so I distance myself and try to maintain low contact, and he wants me to have a good relationship with her. My ex's mom is amazing, and her and I were really close. So my husband knows this and made me stop talking to her. He always compares mine and her relationship with mine and my mother-in-law's. I haven't seen my mother-in-law in about a month, so she hasn't done anything recently to piss me off, but my hatred is stronger than ever. I am so torn and have no idea what to do. We both just started couples counseling to help us cope with the mother-in-law issues, but I don't see them resolving anytime soon. I cannot fathom going through with this pregnancy and dealing with my mother-in-law's comments and continued fights between my husband and I because of her. Any advice on anything is much appreciated. I do want to hear any personal stance. Oh, I do not want to hear any personal stance on abortion. Thank you. Yeah, this mother-in-law is doing reproductive oppression. I feel like essentially.
Yeah, and it's pretty egregious. Yeah, she's doing way too much.
Too much. Like no boundaries at all.
It's just zero. And so I feel like, so what am I trying to say? Obviously, were it not for this, I feel like overbearing isn't even a sufficient way to describe this woman. But it's the best word I can think of at the moment. So were it not for this overbearing mother-in-law, she probably would want to continue this pregnancy.
Yeah.
Now, so for that reason, what I really want to say is don't get the abortion, because I mean it doesn't seem like she's saying she wants to, but also it seems like this is a pregnancy she wants
Yeah.
because of this mother-in-law. So it's not as if she can escape this woman altogether because she and her husband already have a kid. If she didn't already have a kid, I'd be more inclined to say, you know what, get the abortion, leave him, don't have anything to do with these people anymore. But you've already got a kid with him, so you're stuck to him for the rest of your life, and by extension, you're stuck to the mother-in-law. So, gosh, I want to tell her, like, you know what, have the kid, but be prepared to possibly end up getting divorced over this woman, because it sounds like the husband's not really on her side anymore. They're in couples counseling. Like, any reason somebody wants to get an abortion is, you know, a valid reason. At the same time, for me personally, I don't think I would get an abortion because I had an annoying mother-in-law. Like, I would probably get an abortion just like it was a pregnancy, I just didn't want to continue, period. I would more so be like, you know what, Karen, her name has to be Karen.
I'm sure it is.
Karen for this. I'd be like, you know, Karen, I don't like you. It is what it is. I'm drawing this boundary. If I have to go no contact with you, it is what it is. If me going no contact with you means my husband and I, your son, end up splitting up, then that is what it is too. Because, I mean, at this point, you know, what we're doing right now isn't working. And at least if we end up getting divorced, you and I literally have no reason to talk whatsoever. So you can work whatever visitation, or not visitation, but whatever contact you have with the kids, you can work that out with your son when he has joint custody of them, and just leave me out of it. So I feel like in this situation, that's what I would do if I was her.
Yeah. That's really tough. Yeah, I agree. I'm like, if you want to get an abortion because you don't want to have another kid, or that's fine. Like, I mean, obviously all reasons are okay, but if, like, I think it's really messed up that she feels like she can't like continue the pregnancy because she doesn't want to even deal with the stress. Like, how messed up is that?
That's super messed up. And I was surprised when you said father-in-law that there was actually a husband in the equation, because I really wanted to say mother-in-law needs some dick. Like, she needs she needs some business of her own. Like, if she doesn't have a man, a woman, a partner, just in general, like, she needs to get one.
Yeah.
I feel like, oh, that poor father-in-law, you know, he can't stand her.
Oh yeah.
You know her husband cannot stand her.
He is beaten down. He is downtrodden.
Maybe she needs to join like a bridge club. Like, she needs a hobby, or like she needs to volunteer somewhere with kids so she can scratch that itch.
Maybe, I don't know. I would not want to be her volunteer coordinator. She does not sound like somebody who would be a good volunteer.
She sounds like she would definitely be a pain in the butt, but she sounds like she would definitely be a pain in the butt volunteer, but that's not our problem. Yeah, our goal is to get her away from the babies, or at least from our babies.
Yeah. Yes, keep her away from the babies, and also make sure she doesn't try to start a podcast either. Could you imagine?
Oh my God. I could totally see her starting one of those like feminine women podcasts, just about like how, you know, these modern women are too independent.
Those types of podcasts blow my mind. Because what the heck are you saying? Because I think like you have a whole podcast of being a hater.
Abolition, but everyone involved in those podcasts belongs in jail. I'm sorry. Everyone involved needs to be incarcerated immediately.
ACAB, but jail.
ACAB, but also go to jail.
Oh, we got a comment.
I think keeping her busy with kids. I think keeping her busy kids with childcare sounds like the best option. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, it's just that's a lot. I would have
way too much.
I hope this girl goes to therapy too, because it sounds like she has a really hard time. I don't know. I also the husband too.
Yeah, the husband needs to do a better job of, because it really is his responsibility to get his mom in check.
Really, it is.
Because I feel like this is somebody who has gone her whole life doing whatever she wants and steamrolling over people, and has never really been told like an affirmative hard no by someone, and they also stuck to that no. Because she's probably used to hearing no, but still persisting, and they relent. So that's what she needs, the hard no for someone to stick to.
Okay, but like, what if she told her mother-in-law, I want to get an abortion because you are so annoying? What are you gonna do? How are we gonna work this out?
She would never hear the end of it.
Do you think so? Because that would be like the biggest threat. I'd be like, you shut your mouth. I'd be like, you shut your mouth. I'd even show her like the pill packs.
I mean, I feel like the mom might back off a little bit, at least until the baby's there.
Yeah.
But I feel like she would just restart again, because I mean, this is a person who clearly just does not care about other people's feelings, and she's like entirely self-centered and only cares about her.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's why I feel like she might back off a little bit, but she's gonna get started again eventually.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, not to sound too TikTok, but she sounds very narcissistic. No, she really does.
I mean, is that a thing of narcissism where like you're only concerned with like you and what you want?
Yeah.
Okay, well then yeah, we'll throw a little narcissism in there too.
Yeah, and that everybody has to bend to what you want.
Okay, then yeah, it's giving narcissist.
Yeah. Wow. Well, she added just a quick update and said that she had a conversation with her husband and that he says he understands how his mom is, and he's claimed he wished he could change her. But he's told me repeatedly that my mother-in-law is never going to change and I have to learn how to deal with her.
Yeah, no, I'm not. And if you want to be a single dad because of it, then that's on you.
Hey, maybe his mom can set him up.
Yeah.
All right, we can move on to this next one. I think you're gonna. I'm just gonna read it. My mother called my abortion her grandchild. I really thought I posted about this here. This was the first place I thought of. My mom and I haven't spoken in over a year due to her taking my sister's side after my sister stole my identity. Whoa, I want to know about that. So finally in December, I had it out with her and told her how hurt I was via text about how she treated me as compared to my sisters because of my beliefs and life choices. And this bitch, this is the OP's words, and this bitch had the gall to call my abortion her grandchild. She said, you and I just see things differently. It never fucking existed, mother. There is so much else, obviously, but that one was peak bullshit. Edited to add, my abortion was 14 years ago.
It's time to let it go. She's got to move on.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I would move on. No contact. It seems like it was already like on that road, but
so was that it? It was just that Justin doesn't maybe let it go. There was a comment. So was that it? It was just that her mom referred to her abortion as her grandchild.
Yeah, she was just like, I hate it.
Wait, so was this just like one time, or is this like a continuous thing? Did they say?
They didn't say. It's literally just like it ends with there was so much else, obviously, but that one was peak bullshit. Edited to add, my abortion was 14 years ago.
Well, if it's a continuous thing, if this was a continuous thing where the mom was referring to her abortion as her grandchild, regardless of their relationship, if it was me, I would just have to be like, seriously, stop. And it's one of those situations, and then after that, it becomes one of those situations where the next time she does it, either you hang up the phone and you say, you know what, I'm not doing this, I told you to stop. Or like if it's a person situation, like you get up and leave if you can, or you just like completely disengage and shut down. And that lets them know, oh, she's serious about I think she should plan a funeral in the backyard.
Oh my God.
That would be funny. The next time the mom comes over, like, hey, you know what? Come on back with me.
Oh my God. You know what? I think it was one, but like we did read a story about a mother-in-law who organized the local pro-life people to go pray in front of someone's house because she was trying to get an abortion and somehow the mother-in-law found out.
Shut up.
I'm not kidding. Here, let me find it.
Oh, see, that's it. And this is her mother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cuss you out. Relationship be damned. Yeah, that's a clown for free pass. Not in Texas, I know that. What's not in Texas? A clown for free pass?
By the way, shout out to Jordan Swag Cats for buying us our first ever badge.
Ooh.
So shout out to you. Thank you so much.
Wait, what do the badges do?
They give us money.
Oh,
yeah. So we'll get like a dime. Yeah, so we'll get like a dime.
That's like enough for like a little piece of meat for pre-stall.
Right? It's just like a little shades.
A little slice. Do you remember that cartoon? I think it's like, I want to say it's like Mickey Mouse, and it might be like with Goofy too, or maybe Daffy Duck, I don't know, where they have like the slice of bread and they're like slicing it so thin it's transparent. Do you remember that?
Yes.
I'll have to send it to you. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I know.
That's what the dime will get us. Just take it. I can't stand you. A little peeky toe of Abobo. But yeah, if you have people come pray, if you find out I'm getting an abortion and you come and have some people over to my house to pray, yeah, I'm cussing you out. I'm cussing you out. And I feel like that's enough also to go no contact. Don't ever talk to me or my son.
Yeah. I would not. Yeah, I would totally go no contact with that because that is just, even before.
That's beyond egregious.
Even before, like, yeah, like, when she started, like I said, I would have called security and had her escorted out. Because how crazy are you that you're going to hide behind a curtain? Seriously. I think it is. Okay, I think it's this one. Mother-in-law's harassing me for having an abortion. Mother-in-law and I, 28 female, used to have an amazing relationship. Genuinely, she was fucking amazing until her son, 30 mil, and I split up a while. We split mainly because of issues with domestic labor and sexism. He'd expect most of the housework to be done by me, which I would have been fine with if he had then shouldered most of the bills, but he refused to do that because it's 2021 at the time. I'm not going to pay for all the bills because you work too. He was also extremely possessive and jealous. We split around May 2021 and he moved back in with his parents because the house is mine, inherited from my late grandparents. It was only supposed to be a break where we were very low contact and he got therapy. We agreed to tell each other very important things about health and work. Around 3 weeks into our split, I found out I was around 10 weeks pregnant. I had the Nexplanon implant, so it came as a massive shock. I told him that I was pregnant and he thought that it meant that we were going to get back together. I immediately shut that down and said that I would decide what to do with the pregnancy and he should focus on not being a sexist anymore. I know that's right.
Okay.
I ended up getting an abortion 2 weeks later because our relationship was uncertain and I didn't want to be a single mother. And he came with me to the appointment. He is pro-choice, but the abortion devastated him. He blamed himself for it and the guilt was eating him up. As him and I were no longer together, he turned to his mother for support. He used his guilt to motivate himself to change, and we reunited in December 2021. Our relationship is near perfection now, and he is the best partner I could ask for. He actually told me that my mother-in-law didn't like me anymore because of the abortion. He was extremely apologetic and understood because obviously most people seek comfort for their mothers. I kept my distance from her, but unfortunately, we lost my husband's younger brother to an aggressive cancer last month. It was a sudden death, and he was only diagnosed with it in April of this year. Father-in-law passed away a few years ago, so now mother-in-law is alone. The younger deceased brother-in-law lived with her, and she is struggling to cope. Oedipus bells are ringing. Oh my God. My husband and his siblings, 3 siblings, are grieving severely. So me and the other in-laws are stepping up to help out. There's me, his sister-in-law, and 2 brother-in-laws. My mother-in-law has chosen to move in with her eldest daughter, so we're helping her pack up the house and organizing her stuff. The issue here is she keeps calling me a fucking baby killer. It was not the post that I was thinking, but this one is still as messed up. She calls me that witch, and whenever all her grandchildren are over, she says things like, oh, there would be one more if OP didn't kill them. It's driving me up the fucking wall. My husband's older sister and her husband are devout Christians, so now they already hate me, and I seriously don't know what to do. My husband is devastated and a shell of his former self after his brother's death, so I don't have the heart to drag him into this. Mother-in-law is also grieving, so some part of me is hoping her behavior will improve as time goes on. How do I deal with this? The other in-laws, minus my Christian brother-in-law, have sympathized with me and said I should just ignore her for the next few months, but the abortion was extremely painful for me and I hate being reminded of it.
Yeah, I just wouldn't go over there anymore. I would remove myself from the situation. I feel like she needs to let the husband, it's her husband, right?
Yeah.
Okay. She needs to let the husband know because, again, like I said before, it's his responsibility to get his mom in check. And if his mom can't get with the program, I'm not coming over there anymore.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
And she's be mad about it.
Like, what the fuck?
Like, why would I go somewhere?
Could you imagine?
With people being assholes to you? Like, no. And reminding me of something that was, no.
But, like, the audacity is that this woman was like, the OP was helping her move, and this woman is calling her a baby killer while this woman is helping her move.
Now, I feel like that's a larger issue with people who are like anti-abortion, homophobic, transphobic, and also racist too, to where they can't just, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say disagree, but they can't just not approve of your, sexuality, your gender identity, whatever. But they also feel entitled to let you know that they don't approve of it or they think that you're garbage because of X, Y, Z. And it's like, you know what? I see people all the time where I'm just like, ugh. But I keep it to myself. And mind you, it's not for any of those reasons. But just, generally speaking, there's just people you just don't like for whatever reason. Yeah. Not because of their gender, But I don't feel obligated. I don't feel entitled to let them know, you know what, Denise? I don't like you. But it seems like with a lot of these people, they can't just not like Black people. They can't just not like gay people and then leave them alone. They have to not like them and also let you know,
They have to, and they make it everybody else's problem.
Yes, they make it everybody else's issue.
Right? They're like, ban abortion. I don't like abortion, so let me make it everybody else's problem by banning abortion.
Because her mom can feel, or her mother-in-law can feel whatever way she wants to about the girl's abortion. Leave her out of it. Tell your canasta club. Well, don't tell your canasta. Well,
yeah, I don't know.
Don't tell your canasta club about it because that's kind of asshole. But also, just again, like, leave me alone is my main point.
I also want to know, where is this smoke for the sun? Because he was the one who was fucking up. He's the one who fucked up, and he was fucking around, not doing his part, and that is what made he was being a sexist asshole. And that's why she left. That's why they were on a break. Oh my God, did you see the other comment that Jordan Swagcats put? You gotta scroll. You gotta scroll. No, you gotta scroll. You gotta scroll to find it. You gotta read it out loud. You gotta read it out loud, scroll.
You're such a shit when you tripped out. Exactly. Yeah, the mother-in-law is emotionally abusive. Absolutely. I concur. Thank you, Katie, for buying a badge. That's awesome.
Thank you. Hi, Katie.
And it's got 3 hearts. Does that mean that she gave more?
Maybe, I think so, because
okay. Well, I'm just saying that because I see Jordan Swagcat only has 2 hearts. So I'm just saying.
Oh my God, are we trying to make people competitive now? I'm okay with that because those.
I'm just saying more usually means more.
Because those nickels and dimes, they add up.
I mean, I'm just saying. I see 3 and then I see 2. It just seems like 3 is more. I'm just making observations.
Oh. Are we starting to? Oh wow. I hope that. My name. Okay, well, Jordan Swagcats, thank you. Love you.
Thank you. Hand hearts. Oh my God. Too funny.
How do you? I think the best thing ever that would happen to this country is if there was a real Housewives abortion storyline.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Could you imagine, like, let's say, like, Bethany goes to get an abortion. What do you think?
That would be awesome. But that does remind me, okay, so not Housewives related, but there actually have been a couple of abortion storylines on reality shows.
Yeah, which ones?
Okay, so the first season, the very first of Love and Hip Hop in Atlanta, Jocelyn got an abortion, allegedly. Now, I feel like with Love and Hip Hop...
Jocelyn, like Jocelyn's Cabaret Jocelyn?
Yes, Jocelyn's Cabaret Jocelyn. Now, mind you, I feel like with Love and Hip Hop, you have to take a little bit of a grain of salt because a lot of... I don't entirely trust that a lot of their stuff is accurate or is real. But if it is real, then she did get an abortion. And I don't remember if she was like upset about it. I think it was like a relatively like positive abortion experience where she was like, look, I don't want to have this kid. So it wasn't a lot of like, ooh. Which, I mean, you know, if there is a lot of, ooh, then I mean, that's valid too. Feel your feelings.
It's all valid. People are in different stages.
I'm just saying as far as Jocelyn goes.
Yeah.
And then the other one that comes to mind is, and this may be before your time, but the second season of The Real World in Los Angeles, Tammy Roman got an abortion. Now that one was real. That one was
was that the season also with the person who had AIDS?
No, HIV. No, that was Pedro, HIV? And that was season 3 in San Francisco.
Okay, yeah. I'm talking about things I don't know about.
I watch these shows live because I'm an old, but yeah, no, that was San Francisco. But Tammy Roman had an abortion, and I remember that one was pretty positive too. I don't think she was like upset or anything. I guess she found out because it was towards the beginning of the season, so I guess she didn't know she was pregnant whenever they moved into the house, and she was like, okay, so, and then they had like a house meeting, and she told them about it. I don't think anybody was a jerk to her about it. There was one cast member, John, who it was like pretty like hardcore Christian, but I think even he didn't say anything. And I know they had a reunion a year or two ago, and I really want to say they talked about it. And she said that if I'm recalling correctly, I believe she said that everybody was pretty supportive as far as the house.
Wow.
So we love a positive abortion story.
You know what? Okay, shout out to the Real World, because they really were pushing boundaries back in the day.
They really were. Until you get to Las Vegas, and that's when it goes downhill. But that's another conversation.
But you know what, though? I feel like that was like, I don't know. I feel like it's like post 9/11. I feel like that is when it
like
it
some
got
escapism.
Weird. Yeah, because I feel like because 9/11 happened when Chicago was happening, right?
Yep.
And Las Vegas was after Chicago.
Was it? I don't remember. I have to look it up. I think
it, not like right after, but I think it might have been
after. I'm sure it was definitely around in that.
If anybody knows if Las Vegas was right after Chicago, the Real World, please let us know in the comments. But yeah, like Las Vegas really did. That's where it got really like.
It became about like casting hot people who just wanted to like drink and hook up.
Yeah.
But before that stuff was like real. I'm trying to think if there are any, you know what though, I will say, I remember there was a pregnancy scare in the Las Vegas season, because remember Trishelle and Steven?
I do remember that.
Up. Yeah, there was a pregnancy scare. I feel like if she was pregnant, she would have gotten an abortion.
Yeah.
Because they were young and they hadn't known each other. Pretty sure Chicago was before Las Vegas. Okay, yeah, so you might be right, Denise, that like that was like about like some escapism, which
9/11,
the world sucks.
That's what the world shifted for the Real World.
Yeah. But I do think she would have, because they had just started hooking up like whenever they moved into the house. So, and I don't think they were like in a relationship. They were just hooking up. So yeah, I think she probably would have gotten an abortion. Has there not been a Housewife of Abobo story? I don't know.
I don't think there has been. I think there have been housewives who have shared, like, not on the show, but like they've talked about having an abortion.
Oh, have there?
I want to say Brandy admitted to having had an abortion.
I
no shade.
I could see her sharing that.
No shade, but
the only reason I say I could see her sharing
because
that is she's just very open. Yeah, she's just very open. So I could see her like not being ashamed to say like, yeah, I had an abortion, die mad about it. So I could definitely see her saying that. We know Leanne is pro-choice.
Leanne Locken from Real Housewives of Dallas, in case you didn't know, Dallas folks. Leanne Locken is definitely
She's definitely
at least pro-choice.
At least pro-choice.
I know what's her fit, Heather Dubrow. She's definitely pro-choice.
Is she?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, because
did you see one of her kids just came out as trans?
I did see that. That was so cute, and she was so supportive. I love it.
Yeah.
More parents need to be supportive.
Have you seen how Alexis from OC has taken, like, I'm not going to say hard left because she's probably not as leftist, but she's definitely not as conservative as she used to be. Like, I just saw a picture where apparently one of her kids is queer. I don't know if they're trans or gay or bi, but one of her kids is apparently queer. And I saw a picture like within the last week or so where she had officiated a gay wedding. So Alexis has come along. Brandy and Jill, what did Jill do? Did Jill have an Abobo?
I think think so.
Switch chats. I'm waiting to see.
Yeah.
Thank you for your research.
Thank you so much, Jordan Swag Cats.
Jill have talked about their abortion stories. Okay, shout out to Jill Zarin.
Okay, I need to make a note of that because you know what? I would take Jill Zarin's side sometimes when her fights.
I mean, look, she's clearly in the whole like Jill versus Bethany beef. Bethany has clearly like chosen a path that she wants to go down right now.
I am so disappointed in Bethany. You have no idea how disappointed I am.
So yeah, so this is a team Jill Zarin. You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Bethany has made choices.
She has definitely made choices.
Choices, as Tatiana would say. But yeah.
I'm surprised Sonia hasn't talked about her. I feel like Sonia would definitely have had abortions. Sonia Morgan.
Oh, yes. Yes. Then again, Jill may have been trying to sell something when she
You know, with the Roni ladies, you like never know.
You truly never know. It's too bad I never got like super duper into New York Housewives, but I know a little bit, but I don't know a super lot about the New York ladies. I only really watched that last season because Ebony, and I was like, let's see how Ebony stirs things up because we finally have a black one.
Yeah. I think they did her wrong, but let's not get into that tangent.
Do you have any more Abobo stories?
No, I mean we have one. Yeah, let's do this last one.
Okay.
Wait, let me see. I guess this one's more relationship centered. I already know what I'm gonna say because OP is 24. Oh no, I'm sorry, 19.
Oh, okay. I have no clue where this is going, but I feel like I already know what I'm gonna say too.
I feel like I just want you to know that if you're 19 and you're watching this, please do not make the same mistakes this person made. If an older person is talking about the mistakes that they made, you really need to take notes because they're sharing that with you so you don't make those mistakes.
Replace with wisdom.
Right? Some elder experience wisdom. My boyfriend, 24, owes me, female 19, $2,000, and I don't know what to do. I would go rob him. That's what I would go do. That is just a joke.
For the FBI agent watching.
Yes. because you know you laughed as soon as I said that. So. Me, female 19, and my boyfriend, male 24, have been dating for about 6 months. Before I met him, I had only ever been in one awful 2-month relationship and had never really had an actual boyfriend. 5 months ago, it felt like I had gotten what I had been waiting for my entire life. He took me on an amazing first date. He was so sweet and funny, and he was super attractive and exactly my type. He would grab me from behind and give me hugs every 5 minutes. He would call me beautiful and his dream girl over and over, and he just cared about me and getting to know me so much. Every guy I had ever been with before him was just a hookup or eventually became uninterested. So him putting so much into our first date meant so much to me. We quickly started dating, and it was amazing the first month. We really had no issues until he started asking me for money. I knew he didn't have a ton of money and lived paycheck to paycheck, and I had a little bit of money saved up, so I was happy I was able to help him at first. It started with an emergency $200 for his car, and then an emergency $400 for his bills, and eventually it got to almost $2,000. It got to the point where I was having to ask my sister for money to help him because even I couldn't afford it.
Oh, God. Okay, keep going.
He promised he would pay me back $100 every week, but has only paid me $100 of the money so far, and it's been 5 months.
There's a Tinder swindler.
Katie, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
I know that should have been a big warning flag, and I should have left him 5 months ago, but I really just loved him so much that I didn't want to leave him. Oh,
Bless your heart.
oh,
Bless your
oh my
heart.
God, child, I wish I could hug you. Fast forward to now, our relationship feels so different. He moved an hour away, so I only get to see him once every 2 weeks. He texts me half as much as he used to, even though we barely get to see each other. He doesn't listen or care about anything I say. He doesn't care if I finish in bed anymore. Yikes. And will just want me to give him head and then go to sleep. I've caught him commenting weird and flirty things on minors' TikTok accounts. And that's just the start of it. Baby, you need to leave. I realized how little he actually cares about me, and being with him just makes me sad and miss the relationship we used to have. It was 5 months ago. I know I need to get out of this relationship at some point, but I know if I break up with him, I am never going to get the money back. I know it might sound bad and greedy to stay with him just to not lose my money, but I owe my sister $600 from what he owes me. And I work a minimum wage job. I really can't afford to pay her that out of my savings. I'm like reading this mad. And also, I know this sounds sad, but he is one of my only friends, and I don't know what I'm going to do without him. I know I'm going to be just as sad and lonely as I was before I started dating him and start hooking up and putting myself in dangerous situations with random people again. I don't know what to do, but I don't want to stay in this awful situation the rest of my life. I just want things to go back the way they used to be. TLDR, I loaned my boyfriend $2,000 5 months ago, and he still hasn't paid me back. Our relationship has gotten awful, but I know that if I leave now, I will never get the money back. I'm scared of leaving him and don't know how, but I need to do it.
So young people date a lot of people from different places. Yes, many Texas men are love bombers and are all about convincing you there is something there when there is nothing there. Cut your losses. I am with you on that the whole time, thinking, girl, charge that money to the game. You are not getting it back.
Yeah, that is what I was about to say. Somebody commented, somebody was like, this is a lesson you'll learn over and over. You're not getting that money back.
So we will start a GoFundMe and raise this ish in hours. Yes.
Listen, if you're OP and you hear this, because I think it was a throwaway account, but let us know. DM us.
Yeah. Well, I got $50 for you. at least. But yeah, that you're not getting that money.
Yeah, sweetheart. You're not getting that money.
I wish I felt otherwise, but he is not giving you that money. Just cut your losses and charge it. You gotta
take the L on this one.
As a lesson learned.
As a lesson learned. And I will say that, like, I feel like it's really easy when you're 19 to think that, like, oh my God, it's the end of the world or whatever. And I think, like, when you're 19, you don't realize how much life you have ahead of you.
Your brain is literally still forming.
Yeah, it's still forming. And so, like, I feel like if you're 19, obviously be responsible, right? But, like, go and have fun. Put your eggs in different baskets.
And there's nothing wrong with a hoe phase.
There's nothing wrong with a hoe phase. Seriously. Nothing wrong. We've all been there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how we, like, figure out what we like, right? Like, that's how we figure out who we are, what we like and that kind of stuff. And
I mean, he's already halfway checked out of it since you guys don't even, like, talk as much as you used to.
Yeah, so he moved.
He's already done. He's probably one of those guys where he is either scared to break up with her or doesn't want to break up with her because he knows he owes her this money and it feels like it would make him an asshole, which, sidebar, you already are.
Yeah.
And so he's one of those guys who breaks up first by being a jerk, but then she's the one who ends up breaking up. So he's not really the one who broke up, even though he technically broke up first by starting to be an asshole to facilitate her breaking up with him. I feel like that's him. I feel like he's one of those guys.
She went into $600 in debt for this man.
I mean, she's 19, bless her heart.
He's 24. I mean, that's not really too much.
Yeah. I'm not getting an ick age from these.
Yeah,
two.
I'm not
like these ages are appropriate for people to be young and dumb. I ain't being a hoe to have a lot of friends, when you man anything at 19. Amen to that.
Exactly. D is free. It absolutely
free and plentiful.
It is free. It is plentiful. Like, seriously, I think this is why, yeah, I hope her sister is nice and she can confide into her sister so that she can at least have some support to help her leave, because it seems like she just doesn't want to, like, not have a friend.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was another part too where she said that. Yeah. So anybody who says that they need that, as far as like making friends and stuff, I always suggest finding something to volunteer at, because that's how Volunteer with T Fund is how I made a bunch of friends. So yeah, anybody who says that, they're, don't have any friends or they need to make more, volunteer somewhere. So I hope she finds somewhere to volunteer.
Yeah.
Watching this 19-year-old volunteer somewhere. That's a way to get some friends. But this man is not your friend. He's not even your boyfriend at this point, to be honest. You're not getting that money back.
And also, he's kind of creepy, girl. He's commenting on he's doing creepy comments
on
TikTok.
I forgot about that.
On young girls' TikToks. Like, that's creepy.
Jail.
Right?
Lock him up.
Let him go, girl.
I'm calling.
Let him go. K-Hive's gonna go after you now. Don't nobody tell the K-Hive that she said that.
Yeah, nobody told the K-Hive that. Seriously, let out.
No, but like, seriously.
Like, them in the bars are the only online.
Yeah, like, we get scared. Those are scary people. We made that Kamala joke with all the love and respect in our heart.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if you're 19, don't give any man any money, and put your eggs in different baskets. I mean, that is like the main advice that I give young people, is to put your eggs in different baskets.
I wasn't a part of this chaos. This is chaos. Like, I don't want to be part of it. Actually,
he was the mastermind behind that comment. So
yes. He sent me a DM and actually said,
yeah, he's like, hey, you need to say this joke.
Make a Kamala joke.
Yeah.
So come after him too.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's it for tonight. I feel like this went by really fast, but we're gonna do
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm on the East Coast, so yeah, it's 9 o'clock for me.
It's 8 o'clock for us over here in Texas, or at least not in the part of Texas that's in Mountain Time. Okay. But thanks so much, y'all, for tuning in. We really appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
And if you like see any Reddit stories or anything, like, feel free to DM us the link. We would love it. Or if you would want to write an email asking for advice, we will absolutely keep your anonymity, and we will ensure that we will give you good advice. So,
because we do is it the first or the second Thursday of each month?
It's the second Thursday of each month at 7 p.m. Central. Catch us here on IG Live. We are in the process of starting like a YouTube channel where we can kind of archive all of our Abobo chats to make it easier for folks to come back and listen to previous episodes, and hopefully we'll be able to add more stuff to it. So, yay! We will see y'all on the next Abobo Chat. We will be doing an Abobo Chat brunch, so be on the lookout for more information about that.
Cool.
And if any of our supporters want to be on Abobo Chat, reach out to us. But with that, good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Bye, everyone.